Hello everyone, I had a tag request and I'm just going to kind of read a little bit of what the comment I got to kind of let you know what I'm doing. I'm not going to read the entire thing, just a few things of what she said. So being a newbie, can I ask you to go back to basics? By that I mean opening the tag die and laying it in the cutting machine and list everything I need to go out and buy, the materials for that tag, right down to the glue. Nothing left for the imagination. So that is what I'm going to do. And let me start here with showing you the paper real quick. Also, I want to mention that my setup, I'm not prepared to do like any die cutting like through my die cutter, but I can show you the sandwich that I use when I die cut anything out, and I use the same sandwich for all of my die cutting purposes. So and we're going to be making, oops, as I throw things around, we're going to be making kind of a lattice tag, and then it's a plaid, actually. That's a plaid, and then this plaid here. And I'm just going to cut them out in the same shape tag, and they're going to kind of come out and look something like this, and then we're going to make a shaker and a non-shaker tag. So if you would like to come along with me, and we'll make two tags. So I'm going to start with the paper and the dies. I'm going to show you everything that I'm using. Okay, so the paper is this Craft Smart from Recollections. I got this from Michael's. And I'm going to tell you this real quick too. My mom actually gave me this, but it's just Recollections paper, but it's already cut for you. And you get like 50 sheets. So if you go to Recollections in the paper section, this is a Recollections paper. They have them already cut down for you, and this has been a lifesaver just to have them already pre-cut and ready to go. I'm sure they have different colors, but my mom gave me this, so I'm not sure what colors they have available. But there was like anywhere from 25 to 50 sheets. It was a brand new pack when I opened it up, and I've used it that much. Just really convenient to have them already cut for you. So you can also go and pick those up as well. And then the other paper pad is another just colors, different colors, ultraviolet, and it's a hot buy. So those are excuse me, those are the paper pads. And then I also, the kit that we're going to be using here is an Easter kit that I picked up from Queen & Company, and it's called Bring on Spring, and the paper pad is called Bring on Spring as well. And so I used a bunch of papers from here, really fun spring colors, and they're double-sided, so that's even better. I love double-sided paper. So, and I will leave the links to everything that I use below. So this is the little kit. It comes with the foam, the acetate pieces, and all of the dies. So here's the dies that comes in the kit. So perfect for if you're just getting started. This is the way that I would personally go if I was a beginner starting all over again. You get everything you need to make shaker cards, and you don't have to make them into shakers. You can make them into just regular cute little tags, and I'll show you that another option as well if you don't want to use it all for just shakers. So there's that. The other dies that I used for these little shapes here are, there we go. These are the 2D designs, and this one is the cross stitch nesting circles and the cross stitch nesting ovals, and they're both 2D designs. Now these I got from a cherry on top, so those are just fun for layering, but you can use any shape die that you have. So there's those. Here are all the foam pieces. So we're going to pull from these foam pieces, and this comes in the little Bring On Spring kit. They're right here. You also get the acetate again. So, and then you also get the stamp set. Let's see, where did I put that? Oh, here it is. You also get these little shaker bits to put in your shaker. Here's a few more. So you get some in those fun colors as well. So you do get some shaker bits. And then here is the, let's see here. Here is the stamp set that comes in the kit. So that's also fun to, you know, for the different projects here. So there is everything that comes in the kit. And then I'm also going to be using this tag from Little Inker Designs, and I will again put the link below for this cute little tag. Really cute. And then really quickly, these little bows that I've used here, and I've pre-made the bows. I can do a quick tutorial on the bow if we have time, but this is the die that I used for the bow. It's a Pink and Mane bow. It's just called Small Bow Die. So that is the bow that I used. All right, so let's get started. I'm just going to move these back and these to the side here. So I pre-cut these to kind of save a little bit of time, but I can show you kind of what I did here. Oh, I forgot to share two more dies, which is these dies. These are also Little Inker Designs dies, and these are like a background type of die for like your cards and different things like that. And this is a plaid die, and then the other die that is also from Little Inker Designs, and I'll put the link for both of these below. And it is another buffalo check plaid type of die as well. So those are the two dies that I'm going to be using. So basically what I did was I cut out two different pieces of paper, and I sandwiched it onto my die cutting platform. I have a long bed die cutting machine. It's this one right here. It's an older one. It's, looks like this. I've had it for probably 4 or 5 years. I don't even know when they came out with this particular version. But, so there's that. Just so you can kind of see what die cutting machine I have. And the platform that I use here is, I have, oh geez, sorry, that's paper falling everywhere. So I have the platform here. And then I also have just some shims. This is just from the back of a paper pad, and then just a piece of paper, just for a shim. I don't have the long shims, so that's why I just used what I had in my stash. And then the long plate here. And then I just have the paper, and then I put the plate face down, and then put this on top. And then I run this through my die cutting machine, and that is all I did for that. And then I cut it out twice in 2 different colors of paper. Okay. And then same thing with this one. I did the same sandwich. Just had this down like that over the paper, and then I ran that through my die cutting machine. So there's that. And this one I'm going to have just a white base background, which I just kind of trimmed around it real quick. So I'm just going to glue these down onto this sheet here. Or no, my white one. This one. So I'm going to glue that down real quickly, and then we're going to make our own paper very similar to this. Okay. And the glue that I'm using for this particular tutorial is Scotch glue. This is the clear glue. You can use any glue that you have, but this one particular glue I actually found at Walgreens. So that's where I got this glue. And this glue I kind of like because it has kind of like a dauber, and then it has the tip on the other side. So let's see, so for this one, that goes there. So I'm just going to kind of glue this one down, and then I'll glue the other one down, and then I'm going to cut it out at the shape that I want. So it's kind of like we're just making our own paper. And I like the dauber because you can kind of control a little bit more of how much glue comes out than if you were to use the tip. So, and then for this, I just like to kind of dab off the glue. Because sometimes it does kind of creep out a little bit. So I just kind of dab out the excess. And so there's your plaid buffalo check paper. And I'm just going to let that dry for a minute while we work on the other one. So this one we're going to glue it to this white background. And then I'm going to have, let's maybe have, so what I'm going to do is let's put this one down first. And I'm actually going to glue it on an old plate because that way I won't get the glue on my work surface. It does get a little bit messy. You can use spray glue, which I just watched Scrap Diva 29. She did some spray glue, which I didn't even think of that, which might be a lot quicker than what I'm doing here. So you can find that at your local Michael's or Joann's in the spray paint, or even just the acrylic paint area for that. I'm just trying to get all the little pieces here. You don't want it to come off because when we cut it out into the tag shape, you just want everything to have, you know, glued down pretty well. So now that I did that, I'm just going to kind of take off some of the glue. I know that kind of seems weird, but I'm just going to take some off. I'm going to wipe down my form here. And then I'm going to add it onto the base. And this can get kind of messy anyways. So I'm just going to kind of and then whatever seeps out, you can just kind of get it off with your rag here. And we're going to do that one more time. But this time I'm going, instead of doing it the same, I'm going to turn it and I'm going to glue it down like that so that it has that plaid look when you're done. So I'm going to do that on my, and make sure that I have it wiped down good. Now you don't have to do it this way. This is just the way I found that is helpful. And if you have a Xyron machine, it's basically like a sticker maker. That would even be more, quick than what I'm doing here. So I have a Xyron machine, I just don't know where it is. It's from when they first came out years and years ago. Let's see, I know I'm missing some areas there. Just gonna make sure I got all glued down pretty good. And then there's like a lot of it in there. I'm gonna dab some of it off. Normally I go through a few paper towels doing this. I'll wipe that in a minute. And so instead of doing it like that, I'm going to turn it so that we can make the plaid look here. Okay. I'm going to get my paper towel ready here. Just going to turn it inside out. And then just kind of dab it, push it down. And then whatever kind of seeped out, whatever is attached to your paper towel if you don't want it on there. So then I'm just going to kind of get out all the little extras in there. There's that. And then I don't really need to cut it down, but I'm just going to cut it down for a little bit here. And I'm going to take my die here. I'll take the large one. I'm going to let that dry for just a second. I'm going to get out my platform here. And I'm going to put that down with my die facing down. Now you can do it the opposite. You can have it like this. It'll still cut. I just prefer to have it where I can see it being cut where I want it to cut. So that looks good. And I'm going to put my plate on top and I'm going to run it through my Big Shot real quick. Sorry that you can't see it. I don't have a big enough space. Okay. And I'm just going to take it off and here is my tag all ready to go. So we're going to do that one more time. Going to add that plaid piece. Put that right there. Right. Okay. And then here is my tag, my plaid tag, all ready to go. And normally I would let it dry a little bit, then you won't get it crease like that, but for the video. Okay. Lots of stuff everywhere, I apologize. So now you have your 2 tags, really cute. Now we're going to make two tags, one with a little Easter bunny here. And then one flower. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to kind of give it kind of a white background, just because this is kind of busy. So I kind of want to kind of give it a background there. Let me see something here. Hold on, I apologize. I thought I had a different color one, but I might just do 2 white ones since that's what I have cut out here. Okay, so let's just glue these 2 down real quick. I might just make, I'm just making the bases for the both tags at the same time. And that's the other thing, is you can multitask. If you have to make like 6 tags, then you can kind of just multitask and do you know, multiples at one time. So you don't just, you know, if you're going to make one, you might as well make 6. I know that sounds funny, but okay, then there's that right there. Okay, so next we're going to grab the foam, if I can find them. So here's the foam pieces, and we're going to make the little peep, little Easter bunny peep for one, and then the other one is the flower. And does it have, no, okay. Let's see if I had the base, which was this one, but that one just kind of does its own thing. So this one, I'm going to probably have this one be the shaker. And this part, don't throw that part away, which is the inside part of this. Don't throw that away, because we're going to do that with the bunny, and I'll show you what you can do. And then also, don't throw away, like after you use all the little foam bits, don't throw this away, because you can use this, you know, cut them down and use them as to like boost up your image. So I would cut this down, cut it like this, and then there's a sticky part on both sides, so it's double sticky, and then you would put your booster on and take off the other side, and then it would give you some dimension on your card, like so. So that's what you can use those for. All right, and then don't use that, because you can again do that, and that would be your flower. I hope that makes sense. So just that. Let's see. So real quickly, let's do this little shaker here. I'm going to glue this part down first. Hope I'm in view there. So just want to see where I kind of want it. That looks good. And if we want, we can even like add some grass. I probably will pass on the grass for now. So let's just take off the backing. So it's double-sided. It's double stick on both sides. I can't remember the correct term right now. But, oh, you know what we forgot? It's okay, we'll just put it in there real quick. I want my little background to be a different color. So this piece here, I'm going to put it inside here. And when you cut the die out, the two pieces will cut out. So hopefully that makes sense. So there's that, and then I'm just going to add a few of the, I'll add these real quick. And then a little bit in the green. And then all I'm going to do is take off the sticky part on top. I'm going to go to the acetate pieces and I'm going to find the acetate flower here. Sorry about that. Let's see, I should have had this ready. I hope it's in here. There it is. So this one right here. And I'll put that away later. That is kind of, you know, you want to make sure that it's nothing on it. And then put it down like so. And then I'm just going to glue the back of this. And then add this on top. I'm just going to use something to kind of, and then if there's anything that you can see that it's kind of seeping out, any glue there. And then you can add like a bow, which I kind of like that. I think I'm going to do that. And a quick bow here. And this is the bow. And let's see, where's my... I have a smaller one, but all you have to do to make the bow is you just curl the bow like so. I usually use a tinier pen. It makes it a little for these smaller bows. And then you add glue on each end here, and then you fold it in. Then you fold the other end on itself as well. And that creates the cute little bow. And then you just glue it on to the base here. And that creates your bow. And then if you'd like, you can add a centerpiece. And these ones I made out of the paper, the plaid paper here. I had some extra left, or just, leftover, sorry, leftover paper. And then I made the bows with the plaid bows there with the plaid paper. And if you like, you can add a sentiment on here, whatever you like. I'm just going to leave it like this. So there is one tag. Really fun little shaker. And let's make one more. And you can also, add your tulle or twine or ribbon for the top of the tag. So with this one, I'm going to make it I'm not going to make this one a shaker. I'm just going to use the centerpiece, which is this piece right here, okay? First, I'm going to glue this down real quickly here. And then put that down first. Okay. And then what I did for the piece that I cut out with the dies, so I would cut this out one time. You only have to cut it one time. Let me show you here. You just see how the die is here. You just have to cut it the one time. If you want two separate colors, then you have to cut this twice to get the two different colors for the outer layer and the inner layer. So that's what I did here. I just cut it twice. And now what I'm going to do is take off the sticky back here. And then I'm just going to center it in the white area there. Just kind of put it in that white area, like so. And then you're going to take off the top layer, which is a clear layer. And here I glued a little pom-pom on the nose, or on the bottom. I got these little pom-poms from AliExpress, and they come in a pack like this. So I just glued a little pom-pom on the bottom, and now this one, it's not going to line up. You're going to have a little bit of an outer layer on this one, and I don't think I cut it out again. Let me see. I didn't, but what I did on another tag, I'll show you. If I can find it here, I'm sorry. Oh, here it is. So on this tag, as you can see, I added this on that layer there, like I did here, and then I put one, if you look here where there's like a little bit of sticky on the edge, so all I did, maybe I can just take it off. There we go. It's okay. We'll fix that one later. But basically what I did was I just put this one on top, and it already has a little bit of stickiness from that outer layer. And I didn't really have to glue it down, but you could reinforce it with glue around the inner edge there. So we're just going to stick it down for now, for the sake of this video. And then add a little, I added the flower, and I'll show you where that flower came from. And then I'm just going to use my pickup jewel here. And again, you can add sentiments or you can even add like a little tag hanging down. But I don't have, like here's somewhere you can do a sentiment within something like that. I hope I'm in frame. I haven't been checking. I'm very good. I apologize about that. So then all I need to do is add some ribbon or my tulle twine, maybe a little sentiment, and there are your really fun, adorable tags. And you can also, of course, you know, add, let's see, any bows if you, that one has a bow. I love bows, so I always have to add bows. Okay, so really quickly I'll show you that die that I used for the flowers. These little flowers here, I used the foundation number 2 from the Queen & Company, and I used these flowers right here. I'll show you another example. Let's see, where did it go? Right here. These are the little flowers. And I just added some of the seed beads for the center of the flowers for those. But so this is another set that I've used, and I love for all the little banners and things like that. And I'll put this in the link below as well. Okay, for my setup, I apologize. It wasn't, you know, a full-fledged tutorial. If I get a better setup, I'll try and do another one. But I hope this was somewhat helpful, and that you, like I said, you could glue that down better. But I hope it was helpful, and that you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, crafty wishes. Bye.